Okay. Hello guys, nice to meet you. I am Coach John. I just took over the program here over at Lifetime. So this is going to be I'm just running it to introduce myself to you guys and kind of my visions for the program and your swimmers here for this upcoming, what we call our short course season. We'll kind of talk later on about the difference between the seasons, between what we call our short course season right now and our long course season. For those that are kind of newer to the more competitive atmosphere here. So a little bit, I'm the head coach. You see Coach Jordan. I think a lot of you guys have met Coach Jordan. He's on deck right now. So a little bit about myself. I have a double bachelor's. I graduated in 21, bachelor in psychology and a bachelor's in music. So I swam competitively all throughout my high school and middle school. I swam on multiple different clubs during my time over there. I swim with a lot of All-American, All-National athletes too as well. Fun little fact about me, the high school I swam at, if you guys knew Ryan Lochte, he graduated from the same high school previously, so my vision for our program is to be a nice competitive program in the future too. I was the head age group coach over at Troy for the last year. I oversaw the age group side of the program, which is that 12 and under side of the program. Over there, I was the meet director too as well, so we hosted a lot of meets too as well. So we'll talk more about kind of meets as we continue the presentation. My time over at Troy, I had the opportunity to work with a lot of different collegiate athletes here. We had our first sectional swimmer over too as well that competed, so that's right after the state level. So I had that opportunity to work with them. I also had the opportunity to work with a swimmer that swam on Tide National too as well. So that's a little bit about myself. So the team philosophy here, this is a kind of Lifetime branded team philosophy here. Each swimmer is encouraged to pursue their goals and ability. The sport of swimming is something that each person can take with them for life. We want each swimmer to learn qualities such as dedication, determination, time management, goal setting, teamwork, and sportsmanship. So I'm going to briefly talk a little bit kind of these qualities that I'm looking for in your swimmers here. So dedication, I want them to really be invested into something here. A lot of them, this is their kind of first opportunity to try something. I really want them this to be something they love and they like to come every day here. Being studious and asking questions. I love when kids ask me questions about what we're doing. I always love the why questions. You probably get the why question a lot from a lot of your kids. I love answering those why questions for them. Determination. This will be a lot of your first kid's struggle in their life here. So it's overcoming these challenges and how do we push through it. And my background is in psychology, so it's a cognition. So how do we change our frame of mind to kind of work through these challenges that we face in practice, that we face in life as well. Time management. We're all busy in life here, so setting time apart when we will do swim, when is studying most important too as well, and making sure we're successful both in the water and at school too as well. Goal setting, so it can be even very small goals as being able to do a 50 fly, or like we're looking at a national cut in the future. Teamwork, my big thing for this group is to build a cohesive team that we can rely on each other and make everlasting friendships here. Sportsmanship, making sure we're always building each other up here. So the Lifetime team vision, our team's a year-round competitive USA swimming team offering high-quality professional coaching and technique instruction for all ages and abilities. Our team's goal is to promote a lifetime of wellness through swimming in a safe and inclusive environment. All of our coaches are all USA certified. We're also American Swim Coaches Association certified. I've done 3 schools, 3 levels of that too. So we have a lot of extensive knowledge here where the big thing I've learned is I want to be an active student of kind of everything. So I'm always loving to learn new information and such too as well. My primary focus of coaching is making sure we're swimming efficiently, limiting injuries in the future. The last thing I want is when they get to their high school season, they have to miss a year because they have a blown out shoulder or some kind of nerve damage. I've heard a lot of stories from a lot of athletes. They've had to miss like their senior year because of their shoulder injury, or they have to miss a collegiate cut because of an injury in the future. So a lot of what I kind of approach is how do we fix it in the water, making sure we are safe in that water too as well. I want this to also be a safe environment. On the opposite end, as we're willing to take risks. Practices for the time, a lot of them is like, I'm not good at it, coach. This is the perfect time to train. Perfect time to experiment, try new things, to really push what we're uncomfortable with. And the big thing is accepting the uncomfortable of things that we'll have. So briefly talk about the difference between kind of short course and long course season. Short course season is going to run till the end of March here. March is going to be our championship season, so we'll have regionals and states in that March time. That spring break that you guys have, we'll also take a week off in spring break too as well to match it. We will be swimming during winter break. We'll take Thanksgiving Day off, and then the day after. I think Christmas falls on a Thursday this year, so we'll take Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the day after Christmas off, and then just New Year's Eve. So I'll communicate that through email. I know a lot of you guys have been receiving my emails. I'll communicate when we'll take that, but winter for swimming is kind of prime time. That's like we're at the halfway point of our season for that. Long course season will start kind of right after that spring break, so in April. That goes all the way to the end of July. We'll take a summer break too as well. Over at Troy, we took about 2 weeks off for summer break, so we'll probably take about 2 weeks off around August before you guys kind of get back to school for that. So parent expectations, some of the kind of obvious here: be supportive, be involved here. Big thing, I want us to be involved in our swimmer's life, and once we start doing meets, we always need volunteers for that to kind of help facilitate and help run it too as well. I'll be sending out emails for those upcoming meets, any ones that we kind of what we call home hosted meets, that lifetime host. I'll be sending out emails about registration deadlines, parent volunteer forms for it. So even if it's just one day, that'd be fantastic. That helps us a lot out for that. We'll talk about the season schedule. I have a slide for season schedule later. Big thing we focus on is solution and not problem, so always offering a solution. Big thing I kind of learned in my undergrad is we never really ask why questions. We have to be very specific in our why questions. Our why questions could very well tear down the athlete here. So it's kind of rephrasing it to a more solution focus here. We talk about process over prize here, so the growth of the individual athlete over their longevity here. So if we're looking at a second drop or we hit a flip turn at the wall, congrats, we did it. That's our first step here. We praise them for that, and then we kind of keep building up here. If you guys have been here on the deck, we use the phrase work works. At the end, we count us down here. Work works means working hard works. It works to work hard. We improve because we work hard through that. Swimmer expectations here: be on time. The way that I kind of run practice daily is I run the workouts. The workout sheet I have is for the entire hour with like little to, if we're taking a break, there's a reason why we have downtime for it here. So it'd be great for your swimmers to be in the water on time here. I ran into a few issues with some of your swimmers kind of chilling in the leisure pool, and I've had to grab them. I have a group that I have to focus on. I should not be grabbing your kids before practice or 5 minutes after practice time here. Being attentive, listening well. As I said, ask questions. I always love answering questions for your swimmers here, asking why we're doing such things in practice, or why am I focusing on something for that. And the most important thing is to have fun and enjoy becoming the practice kind of every day here. So group expectations here. The group expectations, I know I've had a few parents asking me about what's going to take to kind of move up. I just recently moved in here. So the big thing that I'm looking for is what I call test sets. I'll be implementing a test set pretty much every month here. I ran kind of a trial one last month here. It's basically I'm just getting data of your swimmers per month to see their progression over time. I have a certain standard. If they reach that standard, I'll communicate to you guys when they're ready to be moved up to that next group here. So just for your knowledge, that developmental one, your swimmer will spend the most time in that group. There's a lot of new things to teach. From the developmental 1 to the developmental 2, what I'm looking for is legality in all their strokes. So when we go compete to a meet, we're not getting disqualified because of, for example, like butterfly, our arms are not breaking the surface of the water. Or our breaststroke kick is not in the correct position here. So from that Dev 1 to Dev 2, it's kind of a big jump. So we're looking for that fundamental stroke development, and then introduction to that swim team and competitiveness there. I look at training attendance too as well, to making sure if they're ready to be moved up. I would like us to kind of keep our feet running, that we're kind of ready for that group here. I've seen a lot. It's okay for the kids to regress. It happens all the time. The kid moves up, they're going to regress a little bit. That's totally fine. That's part of growing as an athlete and as a person. Coach's recommendation, me and Jordan will talk about what we're kind of seeing here. Jordan will run more kind of that developmental 1 side here, so he'll see them pretty frequently. I'll be kind of on standby watching. I'll be running practices too as well. But developmental 1, in that sense, we kind of will do like a co-coaching for that. We'll also have a meet requirement to kind of move up from level to level. This is a competitive swim team. I would like them to kind of compete too as well. I like to see their times and kind of their progression from like year to year, or even like I see kids drop time. 20 seconds is a lot of time from like meet to meet in like a month span, and that's great for me to see and kind of compare it to as well. So some fees and our practice schedule here. The fees for this swim team, I need everybody to be USA certified in order to be in the water. That is just an insurance and liability. I'm USA certified. Our staff is USA certified that works with your kids. Your kids must be USA certified here. That deadline will be November. I will need a USA registration by November for that. Annual registration. This seems a little pricey, so a little bit of an explanation of the annual registration. We just put a t-shirt and cap order in recently. They'll get 2 t-shirts and a cap, 2 caps and a t-shirt for that registration. That'll help with covering costs for administration, for us to be certified, and it goes into that kind of back end stuff too as well. Thing in the region that we're doing for the first time too as well, we'll be giving out regional caps to our swimmers. So if they get that regional cut, they'll get a special cap that said they made the regional team. So that's where I want our kind of swimmers to be at that next level for that regional. I'm working with some local schools too. I'm trying to figure out dive practices. I'm in contact with a few. I'm trying to crunch some numbers out with them too as well, so that annual registration helps cover the cost for renting out some of those facilities to use to do a dive practice, because we do not have blocks here. So October is usually going to be the most expensive month for swimmers for you guys, because those 2 will run every year around that kind of October time here. So USA registration, if you do it now, will cover you through all 2026. So no worries on that. I have to re-register too as well, so even I have to pay out of pocket for that. Annual registration will also take you all throughout the year too as well. Once we get our t-shirts and caps in, I'll go ahead and kind of distribute that out to you guys. And then the monthly group rate, I don't plan on changing the monthly group rate at all. Right now, the prices that you're paying right now, they will be the same prices. The only thing that will change here, bronze and silver, I'll be adding a Friday practice too as well. No additional costs. I would like them in the water too as well. Same time on Fridays as kind of the rest of the week here. I've had some parents reach out to me about the dry land schedule. I'm still working out a trainer to work with them right now. It's rather difficult because it's kind of prime time upstairs, so I'm trying to find somebody to kind of work with your swimmers here. We're going to look at that kind of 6 o'clock time, Tuesdays and Thursdays, for the bronze and silver swimmers, so kind of right after practice. I'll probably end practice a little bit early so they can kind of dry off and head over to do some dry lands. I'll communicate to that, guys, when I have that dry land schedule out and definitely solidified.
The annual registration, what system are we paying that for?
That'll come out of your lifetime account. So whatever card you have on file, that'll just come right out of your account here. I'm planning on putting that, I think we're second week of November. is when that'll come out. So expect that to come out in the second week of November here. Equipment list. So this equipment list you'll find online here. This is kind of an overview for all the clubs in the region for equipment list here. For developmental one, I would like them to have fins. That's kind of the big thing for them here. I like to kind of keep the pace of the class pretty high. So the fins will help them kind of stay with the group too as well, and it'll also help establish that good kick technique and form. I tell my older swimmers the only time we really use fins is either for drill work or ultra speed work. That's the only time I will use fins for that here. So they'll be using fins for that. Bronze, for your bronze swimmers here, that's when we'll start getting a little bit more. For bronze and silver, I'm looking for a special type of equipment. It's called a volo blade. So it's a different type of paddle. It'll cover this, kind of this part of your wrist here. So that wrist, we really don't want a wristband in your freestyle here. So if you guys could get volo blades, that'd be great. Bronze, if you guys start getting snorkels, I would like to do snorkel work too as well to kind of work on our body line. Silver, eventually I'll talk about resistance work. I would like to do drag socks too as well. That would be, I'll communicate that to you guys. So it's basically kind of like a mesh bag. You put it over your feet, your ankles here, and it creates that resistance, that drag. So it's a little bit of resistance training for that. So here's our season schedule. This is on our Team Unify page here. So the ones in bold are lifetime hosted ones. So the other ones, I just did entries for SCY. That is past the deadline. We're adding another one in December. I'll communicate with that to you guys. That'll be at Brighton High School, hosted by SLA. So for the ones that are not bolded, you guys will need to opt into those events. So you'll have to go onto the Team Unify and be like, yes, I'm committing to a session for it. The bold ones, because it's a lifetime affiliated one, you guys would have to opt out. So you would just say, I cannot attend that event, shoot me an email. You can also opt out online too as well through that Team Unify page here. So this kind of, the Troy block parties, these are available to you guys too as well. Just communicate with me if you guys wanted to attend it. That will be, those are kind of introductory meets that we do at Troy. They host it at their lifetime facility. They have a cool, really cool system set up going. They have a very cool, they have a scoreboard. All their times, it's officiated too, so all their times go into the USA Swimming database too as well. Cool story. One of our swimmers, he got a regional cut time at this Troy block party meet. He went to regionals. Cool thing about regionals, if you place top 2, you get to go to states. So he was able to go to states because of a Troy block party meet here. So these block party meets are kind of an introductory meet, a very low stress environment for these kind of bigger meets that'll happen throughout our year too as well. It's a little early, I know, for you guys. Warm-up starts at 5:30 for these meets here. I'm talking with the head coach Mike over there to see if we can run some Saturday ones too as well to make it a little bit easier on your guys' schedule. It's just easy. We're talking like 2 hours, like at most 2 to 3 hours, and then it's a really quick boom, 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 we're out kind of meets for that there. Communication. Our Team Unify, or I think it's also called like Go Motion or Sports Engine. That's our Team Unify. That's the broad term. I communicate via Team Unify to the whole program here. I have a couple business cards right now. If you ever need to shoot me an email too as well. I will also be setting up a Remind app too as well. It's a little bit easier to kind of get text messages through that Remind app. So I'll have a Remind app. I'll communicate to you guys when I have that Remind app kind of set up. And that is kind of it for us here. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and please post free to ask.